You're watching Tau Floater Mouse.
We first saw the rods from God. It may be one of the most destructive 12-gauge slugs ever created. And then we saw the Durahell, which is an earlier design from the rods from God, and it did pretty well too. And then we saw the Hedgehog, which used a 27 caliber nail gun blank to cause the slug just to fragment like crazy inside the targets. And now we have the granddaddy of them all, the Fragnado. Now these are all designs by a viewer named Jay from Grants Pass, Oregon. And the Fragnado is actually his very first design that he submitted to us. I got everything out of order, didn't I? What sets these apart from the other submissions is the weight. These suckers are just under 2 ounces each. And the Fragnado is not only almost twice the weight of a 1 ounce Foster slug, it's also twice the length of one. Jay started out with an aluminum base, and he drilled that very uniformly to accept 9 steel roll pins. In the center of the slug is a 3/8 inch unhardened steel drill rod. Jay then cast lead around most of it, and then it looks like he turned it down, added that giant hollow point to it, and that's what we got. It's a heavy sucker, and it looks like it's pretty well balanced too. Now, even though Jay made these to the exact dimensions that we asked, 0.675 inches, I added a strip of aluminum tape to the base to bulk it up and bring it up about 7 thousandths of an inch bigger. And this is because the slug is so heavy, we want to ensure we have great engagement with the rifling. Inside the shell, we're using 32 grains of Alliance steel, an X12X high-pressure gas seal. We have a Russian cork wad from Alexei, and the Fragnado sits inside a 2-piece discarding sabot. The plastic sabot isolates the slug from contacting the barrel, but it also is what actually engages the rifling. If the bore fit is not tight enough, it's possible that we can get some slippage there and not get the proper spin to stabilize the slug. Each slug has been marked with a paint pen so that we can observe the rotation on the high-speed camera. And if we do have any slippage and the slug is not rotating properly, we'll definitely be able to tell. As you can see, everything fit very nicely into a 3-inch hole. We've got a nice roll crimp there. All we have to do now is go out and test them.
Hey there folks, back for another video for El Jefe from Tau Floater Mouse. Today we're going to be shooting the Fragnado from Jay from Grants Pass, Oregon. 1.9 ounce slug. It's going to be a great day for our shoulders. Oh, frick. 1181. I must have...
Hey, that was close to your 1,200 feet you were asking.
Oh.
Now the first shot was really impressive. I was hoping to get 1,200 to 1,250 feet per second, and we got very close to that. Just over Mach 1. We had good spin on the slug, and the slug was very stable in flight. It was just smooth as butter. And the accuracy was decent, especially for a first shot. We had a Kevlar body armor panel underneath the shirt, and the slug had no problem at all just plowing through that thing.
First shot is always telling, you know, it gives us an idea how they're flying. Sometimes slugs will fly to the left, to the right, up, down.
Mostly aiming for the head, a little bit hard to kind of tell from the back from where we're shooting. So might have been a little bit of user error, but nonetheless, I mean, that's very much where I was aiming. Maybe just a hair high and to the left, or that's to the right. Sorry.
Yeah, to our right. That's all right.
But either way, great shot, and it's no surprise.
Oh, look at that. It pulled all that Kevlar out of there. We had a Kevlar vest underneath there.
Just Kevlar vest underneath
just
it.
Plowed through that
see
thing.
All the Kevlar actually pulled straight through it. That's actually still attached to the front of the shirt, I think.
Wow.
But we made this limited edition $400 shirt into a nice $25,000 shirt, I believe.
Yeah, it's artwork now.
Yeah, it's not as nice as my shirt, but it's not half bad.
Look who showed up. It's Shane.
Yeah, I tried to sneak in some sunbathing real quick. But, no, I just decided to make a quick guest appearance to take out the Hatred vegan meat block real quick.
Yeah, it's a stack of wet catalogs. It holds like 1.5 gallons of water, and it's a good simulated meat target. and it's cheap, like us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or poor.
So, perfect.
Okay, let's hit it.
All right.
Woo! Wow.
Well,
Thing
14.
moved like the super chief out of the station on a holiday weekend. All right. Woo! Wow.
With experimental projectiles, we'll sometimes see deviations like this. It went slightly to the right and a little bit high, but that's always a lot better than a complete miss. It was definitely a solid enough hit to demonstrate what these things do. We did see some of the roll pins flying out the side, and the impact was strong enough to break the target apart. We almost never see that happen. And we had a little bit of wind noise here, so I'll just explain what happened here. We could see that the slug expanded so well that it blew the ends of the magazine out, and there's one of the roll pins that Shane found. The slug created about a 2-inch cavity there. We can see some of the signs of expansion there, and this really shows you the path of destruction from the roll pins. This really is quite a slug.
He actually did a clever little thing. He put some extra feet on here, a little surgery, a little plastic surgery. Also cleared the abdomen area from some of the other previous actual slugs.
Yeah, I did. Who does that? Cheap people, but yeah, I'm hoping he won't. This thing's really hard to balance on a table.
Yeah.
And a little breeze will come along and knock him over. So let's quickly shoot this thing before he falls over. Yeah, that's fine. Then if it goes high. Ah, shit. Okay, anytime you're ready. Wow.
Now at 1,200 feet per second, I had some doubts that we'd have enough velocity to get that hollow point working properly so we get proper expansion. But the Fragneto functioned perfectly. Not only did we get the roll pins flying outwards, we also got pieces of lead. And then there's that steel core still spinning and flying down range. Once again, Jay did a fantastic job figuring out how to make these things work. I just wish my little feet that I added to the gummy bear worked, but that's another story.
Right there, right next to that other shot, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Right above your plastic surgery.
Oh man.
But still pretty clean. Kind of, see if you can tell that. You can see the channel where all those rods came out of. So.
Yeah, I on the high speed, I could see multiple rods flying outwards.
So it definitely fragnatoed.
Yeah, yeah. And then look at the back.
Gave him a little tail.
Oh yeah. Okay, you can see the rods. Okay, you move it around and we'll try to capture the light just right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gave him a little tail. Do you see, like I said, the fragmentation over there? The fragnato.
Oh yeah. When we and again, when we shoot the gel block, that's going to be really impressive. I hope.
Definitely.
I hope. You are a brave woman. Next up is Amanda, and she's going to vape a pot.
Let's do this.
Wow! Wow! They're double left.
Got it.
That's what I call a pot shot.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Now shooting a heavy slug like this is not just uncomfortable, it's miserable to shoot, and Amanda did very well. Now it wasn't a direct hit, but it was enough to just shred that tough plastic pot.
They've been going high, so I would aim an inch lower than you think it should go. You think so?
Yeah, dead center, so I can aim a little high, so I hit that clear spot on it.
Okay, we'll see. I'm ready. It worked. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. They hit like the Orient Express.
Oh.
Okay, we'll see. I'm ready. It worked.
Now, for whatever reason, most of Zach's shots landed very close to his point of aim. Shane and Amanda's, well, their shots went a few inches high, so he might have a different holding technique.
But honestly, pretty typical of Jay's slugs at this point, the ones that haven't made it all the way through. See just a lot of fragmentation from that those little roll pins, those hardened roll pins, scattering out once that lead kind of sheds itself in there. That steel core, or whatever the metal core is, tries to punch through. This time, that steel core didn't carry enough energy to punch all the way through, but It left a nice big old crack on the other side of it.
Yep.
That's not going away anytime soon. But all in all, I mean, still very impressive.
Yeah,
slugs.
we're kind of limited how fast we could push these things.
Yeah, thank God.
And I figured 1200 is going to be about as fast as we can do it without just beating the hell out of everybody and risking overpressure problems with the shotgun and all that. Got to be safe. Got to be safe. Got to have safe loads. Tell Flaterhead.
I'm aiming right up.
He's got a little bit of a tan today. Huh?
I'm aiming right between the glasses.
Okay, let's hit it. Oh, wow, another good one.
That was a good one.
Hit it. Oh. I tell you what, Zach is on fire today as far as his accuracy goes. Exactly where he was aiming. Great fragmentation and destruction. Oh, man. Now, we decided to roll the head and coat it with a bunch of sand. We try different things like that and see how it looks on camera. Inside the head is just an ordinary water bottle and some food coloring and a couple tablespoons of Dawn dish soap. And it gives you a really fantastic foaming effect like that. Just wash it off. That's all you got to do, brothers. Oh, look at that. Domed them in the forehead. Roll it. Okay, rotate it around. You can see the rods. Oh man, imagine getting hit with a big old heavy. Oh, I can see rods coming out the back here. Look at that.
That's not a bad shot at all.
That is brutal. Jay is a genius. A genius.
Absolutely.
Because he's like, I don't know if those other ones that I sent with the lead are going to expand or not. And we were both kind of doubtful, you know, but it's working. It worked out really well.
Well, I guess if you pester him enough, you'll get the result you want, right?
I want good, successful slugs, you know. It's easy to make a slug that is just blasé and doesn't perform that great, but to make something that does something like that, oh my gosh, that's engineering status right there. 50 yards, baby. Did I mention baby? Oh, jeez. It just went right over the top.
Yeah.
Still shooting a little bit high. Oh, jeez. Amanda did pretty well for a 50-yard shot. I'd say she had about the same type of accuracy as a CIA-trained sniper. Too soon? Okay, you ready? Yup. I'm ready. Woo! There goes. That thing went to orbit. The Fragnado may actually be more brutal of a shotgun round than the rods from God. Not only do we have the 9 roll pins flying outwards, we also have lots and lots of lead fragments flying outwards too, just creating a ton of little wound tracks. Now, if you're enjoying this presentation, I remind you to give it a thumbs up if you appreciate all our hard work. Thank you very much for doing that. I was just commending Zach on his shot placement, dead center. It's always possible to shoot it like an inch too high or too low or too left, and he nailed that thing. That's a really good shot.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm genuinely surprised because I'm sure I'm flinching at this point with these. I mean, you know, some of your commenters might, you know, give me crap about that. But
okay, anyone who thinks they can handle shoot a 1.9 ounce slug, 9 of them in one sitting, you know, you're welcome to come out here and show us how it's done.
I mean, nature of the beast, you're gonna start to flinch whether you like it or not.
But you're doing good, man. I appreciate your stick-with-itness. Is that a word? Okay, let's look at that block of gel there.
Not a bad shot though. Like Jeff said, I got it as close to dead center as I could possibly do, and
no complaints here.
Clean block too, so every bit of debris and shrapnel that you see inside this is specifically from this slug.
There's chunks of lead. Rotate that around. The black background often helps.
And I was gonna tell you, Jeff, kind of cool about this one is if I flip it this way, it's a jellyfish. If I flip it that way, it's an aloe plant.
Oh yeah. That is just, I mean, not only do you have fragments of the roll pins, you have lead fragments in there too.
And we were talking too, this little roll pin right here next to my finger, it went in and curved all around it. A lot of these you can see, they took some weird curves and turns in it. So, I mean, we talk sometimes about, you know, what this would do to a body if it, you know, were to be used for self-defense, which no one should be going into Jay's house, invited or not at this point. So, but that would do some funky things inside you.
Oh, I'm so pleased with these. I think these would definitely be good for you know, a rhinoceros attack or so. You know, I mean, really, I mean,
killer undead rhinoceroses from outer space.
These things are just, oh my gosh. Yeah, these are just sledgehammers, man.
Yeah. All in all, Jay, I'm really happy. Keep them coming.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh, you got to see the next set of stuff he said. It's insane.
Lower the weight if you don't mind, but you know, keep them coming.
Yeah, they're gonna be light. They're gonna be light. Yeah. That's we're poor. Shane had to, he stopped by for a few minutes, but he had to go somewhere, so he couldn't stick around. I was hoping to get it, you know, be able to tag team these things, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I haven't shot all of them, thank God, but.
I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you have any comments or questions, please ask. We're pretty good at answering questions. We're no snobs. I would also like to thank our channel members and Patreon members for their support. It helps us to supplement the costs. Now, you may notice that we never have paid sponsors, and I turn down a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's just weird stuff from China and stuff, or games, or VPNs and all that stuff. That means we're missing out on a lot of income, but I think it's distracting, and a lot of people just skip over it anyway, and a lot of people these days couldn't afford those products anyway. So it means an awful lot to us that people value this channel enough to support us on Patreon or become channel members. Anyway, thank you again, and we'll see you next time.